يا راغبا في كل علم نافع.
ينمو العلم ويتقدم بتقنياته ومجالاته، ومعه نطور أدواتنا في تقديم العلم الشرعي. أكاديمية
زاد أكاديمية ينبوعها صاف ليروي غلة الظمآن، ومكارم الأخلاق ندرسها معا، أدب وتربية على الإحسان. بشرى لنا زاد أكاديمية للعلم كالأزهار في البستان.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Islamic education level 4, and with the diseases of the heart, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cure us from all diseases, physical and non-physical diseases. One of these diseases is kibr, arrogance, and we talked about it in the last class. And continuing with the same subject, we're talking about how does that kibr get or established in the heart, how that it happens, and so that a person does not allow himself from this disease to be present in his heart. There are so many different things, and it's basically Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tests the human beings with what He bestows upon them. One of which, for example, wealth. Wealth is a beautiful thing if it's used by a righteous man. As the Prophet ﷺ, he said, نِعْمَ الْمَالُ الصَّالِحِ لِلرَّجُلِ الصَّالِحِ. What a great thing, the righteous and the good wealth for the righteous man. But when wealth is given to someone that is wicked, then this is one of the means for him to have arrogance. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talked in Surah Al-Kahf about the owner of the two gardens, when he said to his companion, his friend, أَنَّ أَكْثَرُ مِنْكَ مَالًا وَأَعَزُّ نَفَرًا. I have more wealth than you. You know, he was arrogantly saying that because he has wealth. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestowed something upon him. And as a result of that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala destroyed his garden. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned about the humankind so that we are warned against this. This is something that is inside of us. So we have to be doing something to push away that from us. فَإِذَا مَسَّ الْإِنسَانَ ضُرٌّ دَعَانَا. If harm afflicted the human beings, he would invoke Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ثُمَّ إِذَا خَوَّلْنَاهُ نِعْمَةً مِنَّا. Then after that, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestows upon him a favor from Allah, قَالَ إِنَّمَا أُوتِيتُهُ عَلَى عِلْمٍ. Instead, the human beings, instead of being grateful to Allah, he would say, I attained this because of my knowledge. This is what the arrogance is. بل هي فتنة ولكن أكثرهم لا يعلمون. This is in reality fitna, a trial, a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to show who's humble and grateful to Allah versus those who are arrogant. So we are being tested whether are we going to be arrogant or not. So to prepare oneself to push away that from our life. Also knowledge. A person would have lots of knowledge that would make him arrogant, looking down upon people. They're arrogant or they're ignorant. They don't know anything, and I'm the one that has the knowledge. Like this, instead of the more the person learns, the more he should humble himself. One of the benefits of ilm, the more the person learns and the more excel in the level of ilm, the more he humble himself, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهَ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ عُلَمَاء. Those who fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are the ulama. And in the Prophet ﷺ is the best example. Also, one's actions and one's ibadah, which is amazingly something would say, ibadah would make a person arrogant. Some people, this is why they are arrogant. So when they're guided to do certain righteous deeds, and when they're guided to do ibadah, and people, for example, praise them, and he would see himself that he's saved from the hellfire because he's making ibadah. Other people are not, for example. And forgetting about that the fact is that all of that is by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's why one of the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, that he said that if a man says هَلَكَ النَّاسِ فَهُوَ أَهْلَكُهُمْ or فَهُوَ أَهْلَكَهُمْ. That means if a man says people are destroyed and perished, or people are ruined, people are bad, like this, then فَهُوَ أَهْلَكُهُمْ. That means he is the worst of them. He's the first to be destroyed. That's one understanding of it, with the dhamma on the kaf. If فَهُوَ أَهْلَكَهُمْ, that means he's the one that said about them that they're ruined, but they're not, which is give the same end result. So as a result of one's ibadah, one's worship of Allah, that also should humble the person. and with ilm, that a person would see that he's been guided to do an act of ibadah because of the favor of Allah upon him, not to make him arrogant and look down upon people. Sometimes it's the lineage of the person. The lineage makes the person arrogant. He's from the family of the Prophet ﷺ, or his father is this, his grandfather was the chief of this or the king of this, right? Things like that. So then he become arrogant and he would refuse to sit with people because they don't have the same lineage like him. And this is all arrogance and this is all evil. Some people also, it's because of that disease in the heart. When it's well established in the hearts, they're not able to push it away, then it becomes a serious matter. And that's why a person has to take the remedies for it and to humble oneself and to seek help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And one of which is to know the punishment for someone that has arrogance in his heart. And the punishment, as we would see, severe. One of which in this worldly life, that a person would be treated opposite to what his intentions are. So instead of people would respect him, actually people would humiliate him more and belittle him more. And this is the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on earth. That من تواضع لله رفعه, whoever humble himself for the sake of Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevate his level. And the opposite, whoever takabbar, whoever becomes arrogant, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put him down. Also the being deprived from learning the ways of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on earth. A person becomes distorted in his perception and everything in his life. As we talked about this verse before, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said as a punishment, سَأَصْرِفُ عَنْ آيَاتِ, I would divert away from the signs and the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala those الَّذِينَ يَتَكَبَّرُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ بِغَيْرِ الْحَقِّ, those who are arrogantly upon the earth, they're arrogant, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make them not understand the ayat of Allah. And the verse talks about the like of these people. The same thing when it comes to al-kibr or arrogance is one of the reasons why the favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are taken away from people and the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala come upon them. Even on an individual level. And there's the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ that a man was eating with his left hand, which is forbidden. So the Prophet ﷺ said to him, Kul biyaminik, eat with your right hand. So the man said, La astati'. He said, I'm not able to. So the Prophet ﷺ said, La istata'at, ma mana'ahu illa al-kibr. He says, no, you're able to, or one of the meaning of it, may Allah do not make you able to, because what prevented him from doing so is al-kibr. Prophet ﷺ said that this man was lying. He was able to eat with his right hand, but he, responding to the Prophet ﷺ saying, eat with your right hand, the arrogance took over, and he says, no, I'm not able to. And therefore, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, what deprived him is al-kibr. That man, as it's mentioned in the narration, he never lifted his right hand to his mouth whatsoever afterwards. This is a punishment for him, because he refused as a result of the arrogance. It's one of the reasons why that be major punishment and people would, disappear from the face of earth by a sinkhole. As the Prophet ﷺ, he said, بَيْنَمَا رَجُلٌ يَتَبَخْتَرُ, while a man is walking with an arrogant walking wearing two piece of clothing, something of arrogance, he likes himself so much, فَخَسَفَ اللَّهُ بِهِ الْأَرْضِ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took him down in the earth, and he is in there till the day of Al-Qiyamah. So this is a serious matter, and it all shows the bad consequences of kibr in this dunya, and in the hereafter it's very obvious also that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is angry with such a person. As the Prophet ﷺ, he said, من تعظم في نفسه, whoever exalted himself, أو اختال في مشيته, أو he walked with arrogant ways, he would meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala وهو عليه غضبان. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is angry with him. So the most hated people and the most people that are away from the Prophet ﷺ in the day of judgment are al-mutakabbirun, the arrogant ones, as the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. And they will be resurrected, the people of arrogance, in the day of judgment in the most humiliated way, opposite to what they intended to be. As the Prophet ﷺ said, they will be resurrected كأمثال الذر, like the ants, في صور الرجال, in the images of men. يغشاهم الذل من كل مكان, they will be humiliated from every aspect. And people would walk on them in the day of Al-Qiyamah. All severe punishment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also, it's as obvious as it gets that it prevents them from entering the Jannah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Very hadith that brings the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the heart, not just from someone that has his heart full of kibr. No, if someone even have the weight of a mustard seed of kibr. As the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, he said, لا يدخل الجنة من كان في قلبه مثقال ذرة من كبر. He would not enter Jannah, the one that has the weight of a mustard seed of kibr, of arrogance. A man said, إن رجل يحب أن يكون ثوبه حسنا ونعله حسنا. O Prophet of Allah, a man would like to have his thawb, his garment nice, and his shoes is nice. Is that arrogance? He said, the Prophet ﷺ said to him, إن الله جميل يحب الجمال الكبر بطر الحق وغمط الناس. As we talked about it before. That means that Allah is beautiful. He loves what is beautiful. This is not kibr. But al-kibr, arrogance, is to reject the truth and to look down upon people. But also the hadith, as it's stated, the one that does not enter Jannah even if he has a weight of a mustard seed of kibr. The question here is, who would know that he or feel that weight of a mustard seed of arrogance in his heart? That means we might have arrogance in our hearts and we're not feeling it. So for someone to praise himself, to say, I have no arrogance in my heart, that's a dangerous sign. So what to do about it then? That means every single one of us, he should take the remedies and the cure for kibr. And he has to be indulged and immersed in taking these medicines for arrogance without praising oneself and saying, oh, that's for the arrogant ones. I'm not. No, this is a dangerous thing, and that's what the next subject, inshallah ta'ala, how to cure the kibr. And we'll do that, inshallah ta'ala, next time. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
يا راغبا في كل علم نافع.
ينمو العلم ويتقدم بتقنياته ومجالاته، ومعه نطور أدواتنا في تقديم العلم الشرعي. أكاديمية زاد.
زاد أكاديمية ينبوعها صاف ليروي غلة الظمآن، ومكارم الأخلاق ندرسها معا، أدب وتربية على الإحسان. بشرى لنا زاد أكاديمية للعلم كالأزهار في البستان.